Alright, what's going on, boys? And I guess maybe girls, probably not though. So, you got Skadi, you've leveled her up, you've been hyped, you've been told to be hyped, but you've quickly realized that you cannot 3-turn farm with Lancelot because you don't have a max K-scope, you don't know what the fuck to do, you've been lied to essentially. Well, there is a good alternative, and that alternative is Arash. So we're gonna need that Skadi probably do, I would assume. Yes, that. Alright, so what we're gonna do is simply Arash can almost always, unless it's a Lancer, because Lancers, you know, are strong against archers. Unless it's a Lancer, Arash can almost definitely deal with the first wave, even in events. They've always got less than 20k health usually, or are hovering around that point, so it really doesn't matter. So you can use Arash to deal with wave 1 and then Lancelot wave 2 and 3. The advantage to this is you also get to run a 50% CE on Lancelot as opposed to a max limit broken K-scope or a superscope. So there are definite advantages. It's going to make farming waves 2 and 3 easier, especially if you got something like this, which increases his MP strength and quick, which is definitely good for Berserklot because he's got a quick noble phantasm, obviously. So the advantage to this, now the disadvantage, especially during an event, the whole point of the Skadi system is that you can run as many event CEs as possible because you only need one character, that being Lancelot or Dante's or whoever, with, you know, your combat CE. Everybody else, including Skadi, can just have some random event CE. But in this case, you need 2 combat CE orientated CEs on your characters with Arash and Lancelot. So you're sacrificing an event CE, but it's still preferable than other forms of farming because you still are basically, you know, 95% of the way there for event farming anyway. So it's not as ideal as being able to 3-turn with only Lancelot, but you know, it'll do. So we'll just, yeah, super easy. Advantage, you get to run whatever CE you want on Lancelot as long as it has a 50% charge. So you can get more performance out of him for waves 2 and 3. So you may have to do this unless you have like a noble, you know, an MP3 or whatever Lancelot. So we're just gonna yell out Stella! I love this noble phantasm. It's quick, it's straight to the point. Lovely. Just absolutely lovely. Alright, and then pretty obvious what we're going to do now. Now, why you need to do this, why you normally need super scope, is because Lancelot's third skill, which is his MP gain up, is only 1 turn, which is really fucking gay if we're being honest. Everybody else's is multiple turns long, but Lancelot is kind of cucked in that he has 3 terrible skills. Well, I guess his third skill is good for Skadi looping, you know, specifically, but other than that, all 3 of his skills are just absolute garbage in most play. That's why he never sees play outside of being abused by Skadi. So yeah, it only lasts 1 turn, that's why you need a super scope. And then, because he gets around 30% charge without his MP game rate up skill, and then you use the suit that I had on, that gives a 20% charge. I think it's the Magecraft uniform. I can't remember what it's called, but the one that gives 20% charge. But obviously, if you don't have max limit broken K-scope, you can't do that, can you? So yeah, super easy. So if you have Lancelot, don't fret, but you don't have the limit broken K-scope, you're all good. Just put Arash on. You should almost certainly have Arash. Get him to around level 70. He can start doing around 2,500 to every enemy that isn't a Lancer, and that's almost certainly allowing you to deal with wave 1 of anything basically. So yeah, don't fret. You can still Skadi farm pretty much 95% at 95%, so you're all good. Peace.